dependent on how you like to make the process happen. See if you can get the process of inhaling and exhaling into new parts of your body. And there's no rush at all. And sometimes if you just take your breath and you walk up to the edge of where the breath is not, on the next cycle, it'll be very difficult for the body just to bypass that area. And very likely the body will want to breathe there. And perhaps now that you have a calmer mind, maybe touch base with your intention. Why are you here? And the beautiful thing about intention is as soon as it goes on in your mind, the body will hear it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. There's a very good possibility that movement will become welcome at this part. And my favorite movement to bring balance into my life is first to touch base with my heart. The heart is such a powerful organ. For the entire existence of our lives, the heart, without question, will perpetually beat. And when it beats, it does its best to feed blood to the entirety of your body. And this is a perfect metaphor of how we wish we could love in our lives. And if there's any component about your life that you feel love or happiness or fulfillment or you feel extraordinary in, begin moving by trying to raise the corners of the cheeks on your face. And you might accidentally smile along the way. And if you make that movement of the smile come from your heart, you'll absolutely experience it as genuine. And if you don't have anything, all you have to do to bring the heart is a puppy dog wagging its tail. If you've got a puppy dog wagging its tail in your heart, it'll be very difficult to not smile. Beautiful. And now, just identify the sensation that's happening on your pinky toes. And then identify the sensation that's happening on your pinky fingers. And first, see if you can wiggle just your pinky toes. Very likely the rest of the foot will come along, but learning how to send that very delicate signal down to your toes to just wiggle the pinky toes will help you with that fine-tuned dexterity that will give you balance in your life. And then with the hands, what we'll do is we're just going to flip the palms over to face down. want, absolutely probably want to, rotate the pinkies towards the elbows, towards your ears, and you'll spread the fingers out. And breathe there for a while. You'll notice that the body breathes completely different by putting the palms to face down on the mat. And just notice those little nuanced spots inside your lungs the breath comes to. And then how the rest of the body is transformed by a new kind of oxygenation that's happening to your body. Absolutely incredible. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the ankles to touch and the toes to touch at the center of your mat. Inhale, arms super wide like a cross. Find at least a long line between the wrist, the shoulders, and the other wrist. Open up those fingers super wide. And then you'll want to bring your palms even closer away from your feet. And so rather than towards the feet, make your wrist away even more. Is it possible? Okay, good. We're still friends? Mm-hmm. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring the belly button into the spine. As you inhale, it's possible to push into the palms and lift the shoulders off the mat. Nice. Keep on pressing in the palms to lift the head off of the mat, and then you're perfect just the way you are. The fingers will point backwards and keep on scooching the fingers to the palms and the wrists closer to the body. Here's coming into static position. Maybe pull the toes into the shins if you wish. Having a foot, I've only had one dance teacher that has ever used this term, and it's called pointing your foot. It's where you both point and flex at the same time, which it's not totally pointed and it's not totally flexed. It's kind of like pointed. Thank you. You're doing it perfect.
Okay.
You didn't know you were going to be a pro when you first started?
Yeah, I can do that.
Pretty good. This is probably my favorite place with seated position, to test the patience of my hamstrings. Very gently shift the weight over to your left hand and step your right foot really close to your bum so that you can point up high. And then you're going to step the right foot up to the side so that the toes point out to the right, the knee remains high. Exactly. So it'll be here-ish. Move a little bit more weight into the left hand so that the right heel goes out to the side. And then very gently lift the toes of the right foot, and then the right hand goes underneath the right foot to the front. And then you may want to bring your heel a little bit closer to your bone. Yeah. find length in the spine. The easiest way to find length in the spine, rather than pushing with your arms, is to just bring the belly button into the spine.
Like concave in?
Go ahead, say it again.
Like you're concaving your belly in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If the belly goes out, I think I can squeeze in here. There's a small possibility.
I feel like I'm punching over last time, like trying to get higher. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
punching. So higher is better? Or hunch?
This is better. Then shoulders back. Then lift up your head. Then try to let go of everything that doesn't really need to work. And you can find all the stuff that doesn't need to work by trying out a smile. Maybe soften your forehead. Then try to wiggle the toes on the right foot. And those little nuanced things are your gateway to proper placement of the knee. One of the big reasons that we have knee issues is because our toes will start firing and throw all the knee joint around as we're walking forward and walking backward. Now, is it possible to lift the toes of the right foot up to release the right hand, and put the right arm on the other side of your knee? And then the hand will continue to go behind you next to the left hand. We're basically going to switch legs. So the left leg comes next to the right, and the right steps towards the front. Me. Unless you want to be antisocial. So you just did the switcheroo and try to rotate around this way. So you straighten out your left leg. Oh, release left hand. Yeah, here you go. So do your right leg up as it was. Yeah. And then have your left foot join your right foot. Which seems weird. Bend your knee and bend your knee so that the foot comes up. And then step your right foot to the front. There you go. That way we can talk with each other and be more social. We get really lonely without you in our lives. Mindy doesn't like it when I talk about it. And I think you were telling me that you have a long torso, is that right?
Yeah.
So awesome.
Long torso. Now I'm complicated. I was like, that's been my problem my whole life. I got short everything. So
All I have is a big heart. It's the worst.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you. It's the best and worst.
Now, maybe with your left foot, rotate it out and left so it's pointing away from your hip. There you go. Yeah. And as well, let's see, short arms, tall torso. So you have tall torso. Yeah, the closer your foot is to your body, the better. But as well, finding length in your spine is quite lovely. Yes, yes. And use the right toes. So lift the toes on your left foot. And then your left arm is going to go to the other side of the knee. Grab a hold of the top of your left foot with your left hand, and then the shin comes down to the ground next to the leg. Try to place the knee and the inside of the ankle and the inside of the foot at the center of your mat as much as possible. You'll find that alignment is a million times better. I may accidentally paint some mats with a line through the center so that we can do this more. Then you're going to take the bum, the center of the bum, and place that on the center of your ankle. And the right foot will step next to the left knee quite comfortably. This is called the Swiss Army. Hence the Swiss Army knife. Your fingers point back. And it's totally okay to lean on back a little bit more. There is a spot in the future of this pose, in my practice, totally, where you go on back and open up the heart here. And that's totally okay too. Yeah. Great. Oh, so beautiful. And try to be sensitive of the toes on the right foot. There's a lot of tension that usually sparks up with the toes. And use your toes rather than leverage in the pose or strength that comes from the pose to a sensitivity. The more you can use your toes as a sensitivity or something that's out there just feeling the mat and the texture of the mat, the more alive the pose will become. From here. Inhale, is it possible to come up with the shoulders are over the hips? And then continue to raise the arms up and see how that goes. Inhale one more time, arms up. And then hands go to the front of the mat, fingers face forward. Straighten out the right leg. And then untuck the left toes so that the toes stand right next to the right toes. Interlace the fingers behind the bum. And we're just going to find a long spine here. Find long legs as well. You'll find that the knees very easily go into a hyper extension space. And having the knees back and locked is super beneficial to your awareness of your body. I also like to relax my arms on my spine. And that just gives me like a super easy way to find alignment in the spine. There will be times throughout the course, throughout the class, where I like to find the arch in the back to open up the heart to the ground. And so consequentially, the hands will have to come off the bum. Use breath to explore the hamstrings. This pose is called teapot pose. If you ever need to sing a song, you're welcome to. Breathe out completely. Then reverse the dive. Inhale, shoulders back, arms up high. And then flip the palms so that they face out. And swim the arms out all the way back to us. Beautiful. Inhale, hands reach for sky. Exhale, hands go out wide, and then interlace the fingers behind the bum. If you lead by interlacing the pinky sides of your fingers, it goes to the halfway point, keeping your heart open. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to ground. Tuck the left toes so that the left knee comes down next to the right toes. Come all the way down. And then you're going to inhale to Swiss Army knife. And then exhale. Right arm can do it's called an air guitar. So you can bring the right arm around and then place it to the front. And then step the right foot back so that the forehead comes all the way down to the ground. Left hand I like to have just the fingers pointed back. Oh, your right hand will go forward. There you go. And your left hand with the fingers pointed back. Yeah. Yeah. And this is why I was saying it's really important to know where the center line of your mat is. Because if the head goes too far to the right, away from that center line, you're in trouble. And if it goes too far left of the center line, it's also a little bit of knee issues. But if it's in between the center line and the center of your knee, your life is just fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, an air guitar here is also available, but the easy way to transition here is to lift the head up, open up the heart, push into the hand as much as you need, and then point the fingers of the right hand back and look up high. easiest position is to gently raise the right knee. Right. I'm all thinking everything's about me here, over on me. Is it possible to take a deep breath in here? Rotate fingers forward. Step the left knee back. Keep the left toes pointed. And come all the way down to the lower push-up. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Tuck the left toes. Place the right foot on top of left ankle. Inhale, just a modified cobra. Maybe lift left knee off of the ground. Maybe breathe into that back body. Maybe even find a smile. Please inhale. Lift right leg. Exhale into three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, step the right shin forward to the front of your mat so the right toes point back. Reverse the fingers, look up high. Fingers point back, look up to the sky. Keep right hand basically as it is. Left hand can air guitar, and then you can come all the way down. The next movement is to push into the right hand, come forward so that the bum is directly over the knee, and the left foot comes over to the side as far as you can, keeping that left leg long. And then step the ball left foot next to the right knee. So that'll be your exhale. Inhale, fingers point back, Swiss Army. Exhale, hands go forward, forward fold. Interlace the pinkies behind the bum. Open up your heart, spine long. Exhale here. Reverse a dive, come all the way up to the sky. Palms are up, and swim up high. Is it working? The yoga. The yoga that we've been talking about. Okay, good.
I'm not yawning because I'm bored, by the way.
You're not yawning.
Sometimes it's like energy. It's like an emotional relationship, like sometimes yawning. Oh, that's what it is now.
I'm nervous around you, so that's the only thing I bring up. I'm joking. I think you're lovely extraordinary. I don't know if you can tell that I'm having a lot of fun right now. This is my favorite thing in the world. Self-deprecating humor amongst having fun is one of my love languages. Welcome. Breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, interlace the pinkies behind the bum. Halfway down. Beautiful. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, hands to ground. Tuck right toes. Open it up. Is it possible to just go for Swiss Army knife? And then exhale, air guitar left arm. Yeah, and then step left foot back. Forehead to ground. Open up your heart. All fingertips point back. And then low push up. Breathe out. Yeah, right? So good. Open up your heart. Switch the toes. Place left foot on top of right heel. Exhale, three-legged dog pose. Lift old lefty to sky, breathe in. Left shin to the front of your mat, breathe out. Reverse the palms, fingers point back, inhale. Exhale. Let's bring that right knee over to the side. It's kind of like, what do they call this? Greet your neighbor pose. It was taught to me first when I learned it. And they would say that because we would be in a really cramped room. And you could pick your friends, you could pick your nose, you can't use your toes to pick your friend's nose. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the ball of the foot next to the knee. Sit on down, Swiss Army. Inhale, open it up, look up high. Exhale, arms to the sky, and then back down, forward fold. Lace pinkies behind the bum. Inhale, open up your heart, lengthen spine. Exhale. Reverse dive, come up high. Lace the hands behind the bum. Halfway down. Open up your heart, breathe in. Hands to ground. Inhale, tuck toes of left foot. Going back and up. Swiss Army. Exhale, right hand forward, right foot goes back. Half pitch. Open up your heart. Look up high. Exhale, low push up. Tuck left toes. Place right foot on top of left heel. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lift right leg. Leg it out. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, step the right shin forward to the front of your mat. Fingers point back, look up high, inhale. Exhale, greet your neighbor pose. Inhale, step the right foot next to the right knee. Exhale, relax it all gently. And then open up your heart for the Swiss Army. Exhale, forward fold. Lace the fingers behind the bum, halfway lift. Exhale. Reverse the dive to the sky. Swim out wide. Breathe in and smile. Inhale, reach up. Halfway down, and raise the fingers. Long spine, inhale. Hands to ground, exhale.